This is episode number 831 of the Inner Fight podcast. This week, I am talking about what kit you actually need. A few weeks ago in episode number 827 on a Monday, which I'm sure you all listened to, I busted 3 myths about trail running. However, the second one in that, which was all about you don't have the right equipment, I'm going to almost flip that on its head this week and go a little bit geeky and tell you what I have in my running bag when I do go out trail running. Because some people ask and some people also make comments that there looks like there's a load of stuff in there. And some people also say, how do you go out for so long with so little in there? Number one thing that I have in there is definitely at least 500 mils of water, if not a lot more. My naked running vest, which is item number 2. Get yourself a decent running vest which sits tight on your person, therefore not causing a lot of friction, therefore not causing a lot of chafe, because if you wear a running vest for a number of hours and it is rubbing, you'll end up with horrendous chafe. And normally it's in the places that you don't really want it. I'll leave that for you to figure out what I mean. Within that naked running vest, I can fit basically 2 to 3 liters, which depending on where I am in the world, I will take either 2 to 3 or a lot less. For example, when I'm running in the Alps, when I was running in the Alps, in the summertime, I only needed 500 ml bottle because there are streams everywhere where you can fill up. You should definitely have, I think this is number 3, a waterproof with you, especially if you are running in Europe or somewhere else. Not so necessary in the UAE to carry a waterproof, but sometimes when it is a bit cooler, it's a great idea to carry something that is going to keep you a little bit warmer. That could be a waterproof. It could be a merino as well. Definitely, if you're going out for some time, I would highly recommend that you have some form of snacks with you. These should be very easy to store and also to eat and should not melt. So please do not take too much chocolate unless you are in a super cold environment where it's going to stay solid. Because in Dubai, it just becomes liquid straight away. So it's absolutely useless. Some electrical things that I always take with me. I always take my phone just in case I need to phone anyone. A lot of the places, sadly, that I do go to don't have signal. So if I did get in trouble, I'd be in a little bit more trouble. However, the phone can be useful for that. It can also be useful, as I spoke about in show 827, for tracking. Another thing that's useful for tracking is my watch. I use a Suunto Peak Pro 9, which most of the time, 90% of the time, unless I know exactly where I'm going, I will load up the route. I'll have already plotted it on some GPS site or in some app. I'll have it loaded in my phone so it tells me exactly where I'm going. And that can zoom into about 50 meters. So it is super accurate. So I've got my phone. I've got Suunto on my wrist. It's also telling me how fast I'm moving, time of day, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes important, sometimes not important, to capture all of my, this is really important, to capture all of my adventures and also a lot of my nonsense and my candid moments. Normally with Rob Jones, I have a GoPro with me all the time. Depending on where we're at on the GoPro life, and if I feel that it's the right thing to have a new one, I will have the most up-to-date one because that will bring me the best footage, and the new one that I've got at the moment is absolutely awesome. There's another new one coming in September, October time as well, which I'm super interested. Anyway, we'll leave the GoPro chat for another. I actually did a video recently comparing all the GoPros over on my YouTube channel, which obviously you can check out. Then you have to be super comfortable. My go-to comfort running kit is Roque socks. I've worn them for about 5 years. Boa running shorts, they're about $30. We sell them at the gym, maybe a little bit more now. When I first started wearing them, they're about $30. Super comfortable. They have built-in underpants, but I still use a chamois cream with them. I use Assos chamois cream, which when I'm going for longer runs, I will actually take a small bottle of refill and put that in the vest as well, because I find that is super, super important. Otherwise, I just end up in real issues. As far as a shirt goes, sometimes I wear one, sometimes I don't. As you know, Inner Fight Endurance running shirts are good. Also have a Columbia shirt, which is kind of like a running shirt, and then some floral shirts as well, which kind of work quite good because they're all moisture wicking fabric as well. On my head, I'm wearing all sorts of different type of headwear. My go-to is a Patagonia hat, Inner Fight branded, Inner Fight Endurance branded. Of course, on my eyes have been since I was 13 years old when I bought my first pair of Sub-Zeros. I always wear Oakleys. I think they're the best. Maybe they're not the coolest. Holly sometimes give me shit that I always look like I'm a nerd or I'm doing sports, but I really like them and they protect my eyes as well. And on my feet, which I think if you're going to spend a little bit of money on anything, Definitely it should be a GoPro to capture the moment, or make sure your iPhone works. iPhone doesn't always work good, by the way, when you're out. I have a lot of problems with it. And if you've got a bigger iPhone, it's not easy to get in and out. That's why I love a GoPro. And a GoPro, you can drop from heights and all over the place, basically, and it doesn't break. So definitely I would have a GoPro to make sure I capture the moment, but probably in priority order, one above that is some decent shoes. I've been wearing Hoka shoes now for 3 years. For trail running, I love the Speedgo, I love the Challenger, and for the road, I can't get too far past the Mac. Was Mac 3, 4, now it's 5, new Mac's coming, also like their carbon shoe, but that shoe really works well with me. For a lot of people, it does. On the recent trail camp we had at the start of summer in Chamonix with Inner Fight Endurance, I think 90% of people were wearing Hoka, so it's definitely working for a lot of people, but find a shoe that you're really comfortable with. That's what's in my bag. Hopefully it's helpful to you. Thanks a lot for listening.